Woo! Is it still morning? I was going to say good morning to you, but good afternoon to you guys. I am live. Hello, 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 hello. I am super excited. We are getting ready to go live in South Africa. Okay, let me see if I can do this right. I'm waiting to go live. Thank you. I'm just leaving rehab. This is not a dress up kind of day. There she is. So I'm going to go live, you guys. We have an interview. South Africa. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's see if I did it right. Did I do it? I tried to add her. Oh, I did it. Hi.
Oh, there we go. Hello.
Nani.
Hello, how are you? Unjani? Ngiyaphila unjani?
Unjani.
Nami ngiyaphila.
You know, I have no one to say that to in America. So anytime I have the opportunity to try to use my Zulu, Swati, I try to speak.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, I must say I did not expect that. But I mean you're quite good. Firstly, Dr. Chanita, I want to give you the welcome and the props that you deserve. You are one, you are one model of inspiration personally for me, and I'm sure with everybody that's coming on here, they're going to see it too. You are a documented millionaire. You're an author of a book called Girl, I'm Not Tripping, I'm Depressed. You run an organization called Beyond the Game, and you currently feed over 1,000 children a day. I don't know if that number has changed. But you also, have built 2 orphanages with the assistance of R&B singer Neo. You also run a low-level school. Listen, I can go on and on. You have a passion project called, oh my goodness, I'm saying this all over the place now, but I hope you can follow me here. You've got where you say a period is not a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
What, my goodness, where do you get the time, firstly, and the guts to be able to pursue all of these things that you do?
Okay, so let's first of all say thank you. It's always an honor when I can get on a platform, especially globally, and share inspiration and knowledge and things like that. I think I'm a multitasker by nature, but I try to explain to everyone, I don't do all of these things at one time. So I think what happens and what I know happens is I'll start a project, I'll complete that project. Once it gets on autopilot, then I'm able to start the next thing. So let's say, for instance, the book. I wrote the book 1 year. But once you write a book and it's kind of on autopilot, yeah, I'll tour and I'll speak about it and I'll sell it. But it's not my everyday thing. It's the same thing with the foundation. Shout out to my amazing business partner in South Africa, Dr. Jasmine Pega. She does a lot of the work for me on the continent of Africa side. Pre-pandemic, I was able to travel back and forth like every 2 weeks. But because of the pandemic, I was hindered. Yeah. And so it was because of her and having people on the ground. And shout out to Vusi. He runs one of our care points. Those things kind of run once they're organized. So if people are taking notes, the first thing is you have to complete one project before you go to the next one. Yeah. People like to get on social media and they'll say, oh, she's an author. Oh, she sells waist trainers. Oh, she's a mom. Oh, she has a NGO. And they don't know that I didn't do them all at once. Like I even had to master being a mom first. Like when I first had my daughter, I had to learn how to be a mom. I had to take my time. I didn't work when I had my first kid. I didn't know how to work and to be a mother. So it took me time to understand what my role was, what my responsibility was, who my tribe was going to be. And then once that was established, it's like, okay, I'm a mom. Now I can go over here and do all this other stuff because I have a routine.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and all of this philanthropy work, I mean, I'm sure you've been asked this a number of times, but we have to know, right? Where does this passion for Africa and, nonprofit work really come from?
Okay, so shout out. I seen Faith from London said hello. So London's on here. Hey, London. Um,
Hey, Landon.
I know, right? It's my purpose work. I think there was a time when me and my sister like almost got into a street fight, right? When I was a little girl. And the main thing that came out of my mouth was, I will fight for my sister. I will walk from Africa to come get my sister. I was uniquely born knowing where I was from, that America was just a place that I lived, but it wasn't who I am and everything authentically about me. There's people that are born here in the US, but their love and their root and their culture is rooted in a different country where they have come from. You know, United States is really built off of immigrants and a lot of people that have come from a lot of countries. So I've known that at a very young age. Let's fast forward. I've always known it to be my purpose work. Every interview, I tell people I was a Girl Scout. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. So you're looking at a girl who is 6 years old saying those words, knowing that I was supposed to serve. So when we fast forward again, when I first took my trip to Eswatini, aka Swaziland, I knew what my life's purpose was. I knew what my journey was. I knew that if I never made another dollar in my life, that I wanted to serve. When people say, why Africa? They need to know Africa as a continent is not poor. It's the lack of leadership and government where it puts the countries that I travel to in different economical positions. So for me, my love is that I want to see these people grow. I want to see these people learn. And I want to see these people have the opportunities that other countries have around the world. I tell people all the time, this is no exaggeration. I can say it for free. First of all, let's start with South Africa. South Africa has some of the smartest people I have ever met in my entire life. I meet people in South Africa whose ideals and their drive for education could beat an American with no problem if you put both of them in a room. The problem is the lack of opportunity and the lack of resources. I even told a Nigerian, if you come here in America, any hospital you go to, any major company you go to, if you walk in the tech room, you're going to find a Nigerian, period. So there's not lack of education because you guys are smart. It's lack of opportunity. And so my goal and my mission is to continue to give and help with opportunity so people can grow.
Yeah. And in our own lives, as small business owners and entrepreneurs, and people that are trying to kind of figure things out, how do we cultivate that? Like, where do we look for opportunities? Is there certain, I mean, what is it that we should be looking at? Are there certain industries that we should be looking at? How do we find those opportunities to actually now, build global companies, or go even to Africa, if that's your particular dream? How do we find those opportunities?
So the way you find the opportunities, and I always tell this, is you find a problem and you create the solution. Be the solution to the things that are happening around the world. Although you may say, I want to make purses, right? But economically, is that what's a need? Is that important? And if your passion is so strong, I want to be a purse maker, it's fine. But now it's your responsibility to find out who is your target market, who's going to buy your purses, where can I sell? I think the problem with a lot of entrepreneurs is our passion or our personal love of a certain thing sometimes hinder us from growing in our business. And as an entrepreneur, you have to be able to evolve and revolve in order to survive. So even for me, I was talking to Dr. Jasmine. We do mining, we do infrastructure in South Africa, we do leadership. A lot of those things slowed down. So guess what? During the pandemic, Dr. Jasmine Pega went out there and got a contract for masks. We provided masks to the rural areas. Is that what we like to do? Not necessarily. Is that our passion? Not really. But as an entrepreneur, we knew that we had to take that opportunity where there was a problem, create a solution, and then gain the monetary gain, and now put that back into what it is that we love. As far as entrepreneurs in South Africa or on the continent of Africa, you have to continuously look for the open spaces of areas where you see that people have a need for your service. Example, a lot of my tech and my graphics and things comes from the continent of Africa. So I have people that do my websites from Ghana. I have people that want to work on logos and things like that for me from South Africa. So you have to be able to source the work that you have and put it in a global type of situation. Because remember, I already led with you guys are smart. It's just that you have to package it and you have to send it over to other places. Here's the other thing. Don't get stuck in trying to rob your clients. Meaning, I've spoken to people in South Africa. Say, for instance, you make a website. And we know there's a differentiation between the dollar and the rand. What you have to do internationally is not price yourself out of what's going on in your country. I tell people all the time, you can't charge me as an American because you don't live in America. You have to charge me the global price of what the economic status is that's going on in your country. So in your country, if you make a logo and the logo is 100 rand, but here in America, if someone else makes a logo, it may be $150. You're pricing yourself out of a job that you could potentially take because in your world, it's only 100 rand. In our world, it's $150. Why not take the 100 rand that lines up economically with where you live? Now you're getting more work because now you're able to sustain where you live instead of trying to keep up with a market that or economics that doesn't even work where you live. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And now I can imagine in your journey of, building your businesses, doing your philanthropy work that, I mean, you obviously even mentioned it that you were not alone. You have, strategic partners in the various countries that actually help you bring your vision to life. How do you think, what do you think is the best way then for us to also, how do we find those people? How do we find those people that will help us push our vision? I mean, I'm an advocate for, partnerships and, just working with people that are like-minded. But I mean, I'm interested to hear your take.
Social media. Let me tell you, a lot of my partnerships, a lot of my relationships have come from social media. Social media is not the devil when you use it the right way. The problem is when people are trying to use social media, they don't have their things together. They don't have their, so if for me to do a partnership, say for instance, we're just going to go with the NGO, shout out to KJM Foundation. We were introduced through someone and then he looked at my page. I looked at his page. We had like-minded and similarities for serving people and helping people. He did water. I've never done water projects before. I always wanted to do water wells, but I didn't understand the construction of it. I didn't understand where to go to get the people to dig the holes. I just didn't know. The partnership was built because there were two people who had the same common goal, but we had all of our things already put together. I didn't go to him and say, hey, I want to partner with you to dig water wells in Ghana. Can you help me put my foundation together? Can you help me with my NGO? Can you file my NGO paperwork? Can you show me how to build a website? Can you teach me how to? No. Partnerships are built when you're already packaged properly and you're ready to go. And that's across the business. So I keep naming craft things. Say, for instance, you're a rice seller and you have authentic, I don't know, South African rice. You can target, import, export companies or restaurants here in the United States to say that I'm offering something that I think can assist you in business, and can we have a partnership? But everything has to be together. A lot of times it's broken down because people go to people to want to get in partnership, and it's not necessarily equal. We don't have to bring the same things, but we have to bring equal effort. So I'm not saying equal money. I'm saying equal effort. What can I do for you to benefit me? What can I do to help you? Example, this right here is a partnership. You have an entrepreneur thing that you're doing in South Africa. I help entrepreneurs in the US. When you said, hey, can we do an interview? Can we go live? Can we partner? We're both bringing something to each other. You're giving me a global audience, an opportunity for me to talk to people on that side. I'm bringing to you information that I have, that it's two people that are coming together that are already packaged. I didn't have to create a flyer for you. You already had a flyer for your business. I didn't have to figure out the platform. You already had it together. So the way that people on the continent of Africa can do global inclusions and create partnerships is to make sure that their business is in order, that they're already packaged to go, and now go out there and seek people that match what it is that you're trying to do. So if you sell clothes, go find a boutique in America that someone's selling clothes and say, hey, you know what? I have authentic African dresses. I can sell them to you wholesale for $15. You will have to pay for the shipping, but I can get them there. Your boutique will have something that no one else has. It's the same thing that people do in China. If I buy something from China, I still have to pay DHL. So it's the same thing. Find your partnerships and be prepared to offer them what you can bring to the table. And that's how partnerships are created.
Yeah. But also, so I get what you're saying, and I totally agree with that. But now, how do I almost package my? I mean, because sometimes as entrepreneurs, like you said, we don't have to have equal, money. We don't have to have the same money. But I'm almost trying to get out of you. How do I, as a small business, package whatever, little service, little money, little resources that I have to actually then play on a global stage? Because I can imagine that, I mean, people in Africa are, I mean, let's be real, Chanita, people, even in South Africa, besides our mindset, people are very poor, where we've got very limited resources. We are, businesses we have, we're literally playing on a small scale.
No. So we're going to stop because you said two things that keep bothering me. You keep saying my little business, my little thing.
Okay.
My small thing. Sissy.
Okay.
How?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
First of all, let's switch the mindset. We're not going to keep saying little. We can say lack of resources. That's a fact. But if you're already calling your business small, if you're already calling what you're doing small, then you're going to play on a small scale because whatever you think is right. So if you think you can or you think you can't, both answers are correct. So let's stop calling what it is that you're doing small. It's not small in retrospect. It just hasn't been globally seen. But to answer your question, when you say package, again, okay, let's go with the example. What service do you offer? Just give me something that you're trying to sell.
Yeah, so like consulting services, marketing and PR.
Okay, perfect. Marketing and PR. What I mean by packaging is if you approach an artist, an entertainer, a company here in the United States, packaging is, hey, My name is Dr. Chanita Foster. I own a marketing and branding company. I have the opportunity to place your product or your person on a global scale. Have you ever thought about taking your wallet service global? I can help you market this wallet from the US here in South Africa. Would you like to have global clients? The answer is going to be absolutely. How can you help me get global clients? As a marketing and branding person, I can speak to what people in South Africa want. I know what color they want. I know what size they want. I know what color they like. I know what they're willing to pay. You just offered them something. Now I want to work with this consulting company because now she's telling me she can take me to another level globally because you packaged it. So I literally just sold your service to someone, anyone here. I think we got over 100 and something people in here. The numbers are all over the place. To someone, if they have a business and you need marketing and branding and you want your business to be in South Africa, reach out to her, sign a contract, and now she can help you take your American product or your brand to South Africa.
Yeah. No, okay, so I totally get you. You called me out on that. And I must say, you call out a lot of people on, like, in fact, every time I go live with you, there's something that I take away, and it's like, girl, get it together. It's the other day it was something about wake up earlier, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm waking up at 6. Why am I waking up at 6? Let me, like, everything that you say is to get the entrepreneur together, right? So I just wanna, so then my question for you then becomes, okay, first, are you open to any kind of mentorship programs that you actually then work with, individuals on a one-on-one basis?
So let me tell you,
Let's
I
start
have
there.
done
Okay.
so many mentorship projects. Even right now, I've started a new community. It's called Success Formula, Peace, Purpose, Paid. I'm open to mentorship. Here's the problem. People
Yeah.
don't pay attention when they don't pay. Let me say it out loud again. People don't pay attention when they don't pay. So when I continuously put out free services and I say, hey, here's opportunities, oftentimes people don't grab hold of those opportunities because they don't see value in something that's free. You get what I'm saying? So I'm open to it. If people come in my DM right now and send me an email, I'll add you to the email list. I'm only doing a class a couple times a month. I'm building people within that community because I believe that first you have to find your peace, walk in your purpose, and then you get paid. I'm around a bunch of people, especially here in the United States, where all we talk about is the money, the money, the money. Let me get to the money. And there's people suffering mentally and emotionally, right? So I'm not against it. I've even tried doing $25 coaching in my country, which is not a lot of money, but let me tell you something. You know how many people have to fight to get on the phone for $25? So let's talk about coaching and let's talk about mentorship. Mentor is I see something in you and I make a decision that I want to work with you, teach you, grow with you, hold your hand, and build you. Mentees don't pick mentors. Mentors pick mentees. Like, I didn't pick my mentor in life. My mentor selected me, meaning, hey, Dr. Chanita, I see something in you. Let me grab your hand. Let me help you along the way. A coach is typically someone that you pay or you can do for free, but they hold you accountable on the things that it is that you're trying to do, that you're trying to grow in, that you're trying to go into your next level. So I think people mix up coaches, therapists, and mentorship. Mentorship, it's when people say, can you be my mentor? I'm like, I don't know you. I don't know you to know if I want to give you my time, my energy, my database, my knowledge. I don't know. I don't know what your work ethic is. So when people say, can you be my mentor? And they get upset when I say no, I'm saying no because mentorship is something that is very close And that person has to believe in you that you're going to do the things and execute the things that you need to do to go to your next level. Mentors, 9 times out of 10, is somebody that's successful. So successful people have limited time. So do you want to waste your time on somebody not worth it? Now, when people say, can I coach you? Coach it. Oh, that's a different thing. Because now when I'm coaching you, you're either paying me or you're a part of a free community where I can do it. And I'm not calling out South Africa, but I'm calling out South Africa. Me and some of my amazing friends got together and we've tried. We tried to create this group called Legacy Builders. And within Legacy Builders, we were giving them the opportunity. People are like, oh, you're just trying to make people sell stuff. It wasn't about selling things. We were trying to teach people that the sellers are rich and the buyers are poor. So if we're going to meet every week, let us teach you how to sell a product that people actually want. And ironically, we were trying to get people to sell liquid lipo. Now I have all these people that are in my DM like, how do I get liquid lipo in South Africa? And I'm like, do you not know we created a program where we were trying to teach people how to be entrepreneurs? We were doing mentorship with people from all over the world, from Zambia, from the US, from Nigeria. But what happened? It was free. And because it was free, there were nights where we would have on people. I'm talking about owners of multi-million-dollar companies, and we would have 5 people on that program. Why? Because people don't pay attention when they don't pay. And so what happened was Legacy Builders finally fizzled its way out because all of us were like, well, wait a minute. If we're trying to pour into people, if we're trying to grow people, if we're trying to help people, but they're not willing to show up, then number one, those aren't our people. And number two, it's not our time to do it. So would I still do it again? Absolutely. But I want you to know the difference between a coach and an actual mentor.
An actual mentor. Okay, so the reason I was actually asking you that is then what are some of them the mistakes that you see that are like maybe top 3 that are like that people constantly come at you and you just like, guys, you need to get this right. Like, get us together, please, Dr. Chanita.
So number one thing with a lot of entrepreneurs, number one, too emotional. People are too emotional. You can't be emotional in business. I be having people block me, people mad. We doing business. My goal and my job is to help us do whatever it is we're trying to do or get results or a monetary return. Why are you upset? You business, that's why in business, women, and somebody can get mad if they want to, get hindered versus men. Men can do business, say exactly what they want to say, have a disagreement, walk out and go have lunch. Women can be doing business, have a disagreement. She not going to talk to you for a week. She going to call and tell all her other friends not to talk to you for a week. And then they're going to tell somebody else. And now business has been stopped for 2-3 weeks because you and I didn't agree on a business decision, not a personal decision. This was a business decision. So I think the first thing, globally, universally, whatever you want to say, is people need to stop doing business emotionally. That's number one. Number two, I think we need to pay more attention to our consumers. People are building businesses and doing businesses, but not listening to the customer. I preach that all the time. If your customer says your customer service sucks, it sucks. If they don't like your packaging, they're the customer. They don't like your packaging. If the price is too high, maybe you need to look and adjust accordingly. My businesses function and run well because I listen to my customers. Example, I sell waist trainers, right? My waist trainers, everyone keeps saying, oh, you need to put the logo on your waist trainer because you need to brand. If I put a logo on my waist trainer, right, that means I'm going to have to increase the price by at least $7 to $8. It costs $7 to $8 per waist trainer just to put a logo on there. But I listen to my customers. The reason why my customers like the product is because they like the product. They don't care if the logo is on there or not. So I had to make a business decision. Is it more important that my brand or my name go out there, Or is it more important that my consumers get a product at a reasonable price that they can like and use? My product doesn't have a logo on it. Here's another thing. Most people with a waist trainer, all the companies out there start anywhere from $60, $70, $80, $90 a waist trainer. Me, I realize more people go to Walmart than they do Neiman Marcus, meaning more people go to Pick and Pay than they do Woolies. So why would you price at Woolies when you know more people have money to go to Pick and Pay? I'm saying number two is listen to your consumer. If they don't like the name of your business, ask 10 consumers. If 10 people say they don't like the name of your business, what's more important? You liking the name of your business or your customer buying your product or dealing with your company based off of a name? So we got emotions and we have listening to your customer. And I think last but not least, consistency. Consistency always takes people out in entrepreneurship. Social media in this world has made people to believe that we live in a microwave society. My business was never overnight. Every business that I have done and became successful with has been over time. Hold on, I want to erase somebody's WhatsApp number. Let me give you a disclaimer. If anybody gets a DM or a WhatsApp call and say Chanita said, I had nothing to do with it, because this is an international interview right now. So I see people from all over the world. Don't play games. So do not accept, do not send any money, do not take any DMs or WhatsApps that say Chanita said, okay? I'm telling y'all on live. Back to the scheduled program, but I see people putting phone numbers and stuff down, and I don't want anybody to get schemed or scammed while we're doing the live. But what did I say number 3 was? Oh, consistency. Consistency. So most people don't stay consistent within their business. I remember when I first started the liquid lipo journey last year, I think it was in March, if you go back through my Instagram, right? And I was like, hey, I'm gaining quarantine weight. I'm getting fat like everybody else. I had already had the product. Remember, we were using the product back in South Africa, but I was like, actually, hold on, I'm hiding somebody else. I actually wasn't using the product. It wasn't a miracle. I was bored like everybody else. I was on lockdown. So I started to use the product and it worked. Now, mind you, sometimes I would get 1 sale. Sometimes I would get 2. Imagine if I switched up and was like, oh, I'm going to quit this thing as an entrepreneur. Liquid lipo is not working for me. Let me go find another product to sell. You will find yourself continuously stopping, starting, right? So I got to the point where as long as I stay consistent, at some point, people will begin to pay attention. Like, Wayna, this girl would not give up this thing. She's still doing this thing. There has to be something.
She's been at it.
There has to be something about this thing. This lady won't let this thing go. And so over time, I see people doubling back and saying, okay, can I try liquid lipo? Even my celebrity friends, some of them, I won't even give it to them for free. Because one thing I know about people, they are not consistent. The product needs to be as consistent as the person. So oftentimes you'll get a person, even if they start a product, they'll say this thing doesn't work. I say, how long have you did it? Well, I did it for 1 week. So you were supposed to lose 20 pounds. You were supposed to lose 10 kgs in 1 week. Right. Sure. So the biggest thing in entrepreneurship is consistency. And if along the way in your journey, you have to go get another job or you have to do something to survive, it's fine. I don't live off of one source of income. Trust me, I was telling someone, no one's paying me. I used to get paid upwardly $10,000 to come speak. Who's paying me $10,000 to come speak? Where am I going? Nobody wants to give you $10,000 to speak on Zoom. It's Zoom. So my whole financial situation changed with me being a global speaker. So imagine if that was the only thing I depended on. Everyone that wants to write books, I tell people it's nice to write books. Books don't make you money. Events make you money. So when I go speak somewhere and then someone hears me speak, then they want to buy the book. Then it becomes a package. but no one's buying 100 books a day. People don't even like to read.
That is a true story. That's actually a very true story. I actually wanted us to then have a little bit of a chat about this initiative that you have with Beyond the Game, of the sanitary napkins. That you obviously want to make sure that girls in Africa, don't lose their dignity, don't miss school. Talk to us just about that project.
And I'm glad you said that, because some people here in the U.S., they don't understand it at all. They don't really. I've had a couple people in America say, "Oh, we don't understand period poverty." But I have been to the rural areas. I'm pretty sure you have too. And I think they understand that some of these girls can't go to school, they can't go to church, they can't play with their friends, because as women, we have a cycle every single month. They don't understand that some of these girls are using old t-shirts or old towels to try to create sanitary napkins, right? I often hear people say all the time, well, you should just give them recyclable sanitary napkins. Well, I'm going to be transparent. I'm an American and I have a house full of water and I don't want to wash a sanitary napkin. So why can you just assume that someone in their desperation would do what you're not even willing to do? I don't even think we have 25% of Americans that are using reusable sanitary napkins. So for me, I'm like, come on, you can't give them an option that you wouldn't even do. I always use my heart in serving. Would I eat this food? Would I use this product? Just because a person is poor or in need does not mean that they don't have dignity. So that's first, right? Outside of that, a lot of people want to talk about this diva cup or this cup. Once again, I, Ambassador Dr. Chanita Foster, don't want to insert a cup inside of me. Try to pull this thing out. Africans are very cultured. What are we doing with this blood? Like, where are we disposing of it? Like, a pure African is just not going to give you their blood. So where are we disposing of this? And then where is the water to assist in cleaning all of this? So I'm saying all that to say, yes, people want to come up with solutions, but they need to learn how to come up with solutions that actually work for the area. And right now, the easiest thing a person can do for me is to donate $5. $5 means that we're able to go buy the sanitary napkins. You send me the money, I transfer it over to Dr. Jasmine Pega. We have a system. We work with a lot of warehouses and stores that actually have sanitary napkins, and we give the physical pack of sanitary napkins to the girls. And we try not to start in places where we can't continue a program, because who wants to have sanitary napkins in March but not have them in April? So I'm very passionate about that. I'm very passionate about dignity. I think Americans don't understand that if we bleed on our clothes, we can easily go to a bathroom, wash up, clean up. But if I'm a girl in the rural areas and I bleed on my clothes, I upwardly have to walk a half a mile or a mile. I don't know how many kilometers that is for me to get home. And that means I'm losing my dignity along the way with people laughing at me or saying certain things. And so I don't want girls to feel like a period is a punishment. It's a beautiful thing to be a girl. I think it is an amazing thing that as a woman, we are able to bring life into this world. But I don't want girls to feel like their life is hindered because they are a girl. And so that's why I created the program. And I see someone say, where do you donate? It's beyondthegame.org. Yeah, so it's beyondthegame.org. You click programs. It says a period is not a punishment. Donate $5. That's like less than a cup of coffee here in America, because this coffee was $6.
Yeah. So for everybody, it is beyondthegame.org. Do you want to pin it, maybe, Dr. Chanita, so that we know, so that we just have it there?
I'll pin it, but we've been talking about a lot of good stuff, but I'll pin it.
Okay. Okay, you don't wanna. Okay, cool. I got you. I actually wanted to ask you then. Oh my gosh, I closed that page for my question. Okay. Anyway, it has really been an amazing time. Dr. Chanita, I literally just forgot this question I wanted to ask you, and I know it was so important. And I closed my notes where I had all my questions. Okay, in any case, yeah, so we're just so you were obviously just talking about that's one of your like passion projects. So I'm interested then to know also from you what in which order or sort of what's more important to create? Is it to create like a bomb as product, like where it's just like this is a really good product, or should we be focused on our community, or are we just focused on like just getting money? Like, which one do you think is like more?
I'm glad you're saying
What
that.
should you be
So
focused on?
with the success formula, they have to send their emails. You need to join the success formula too, because even if you
Yeah,
don't get on our calls, you can get the emails with the homework. So for me,
yeah,
success formula is peace, mastering your peace, understanding your peace, how to live in peace, what your purpose
mm,
work is, how do I find my purpose, and then getting paid. When people
mm,
ask me what's important, I use the win formula. The win formula is what's important now. The win formula is what's important now. What's important
mm.
now might not be what's important 2 weeks from now. So, what's important
Yeah.
to me now is money is not necessarily the top of my list right now. Thank God I'm financially in a great place. So, money is not the top of my list, right? As far as my purpose work, I haven't been able to travel as much, but I'm still able to do it. So if you ask me what's important, like right now, it's my peace. My peace is important right now. I will cut off anybody, anything, whatever to be in my peace. COVID has taught me one thing, and that's that life is very short. We don't know our time. We don't know when we're gonna go. And so I don't have enough time to be arguing, fussing, cussing, and mad at people. So right now, my peace is important. But if you call me next week and you say what's important now, and
Yeah.
my properties, people didn't pay rent, no one bought a book, no one got liquid lipo or a waist trainer, I didn't get booked to speak. What's important now, next week, might be money. So then my
Yeah.
focus will be shifted to doing my entrepreneur stuff. So I think in life, you need to program and set your life to what's important now. And sometimes your passion wants you to do things that your pockets can't handle. So sometimes you might passionately want it, but you might not financially have it. So what's important is maybe I need to work for a little bit, save this money, do some different things, and then I can come back to it. You asked me the top 3 things for an entrepreneur, but number 4 would be sacrifice. Some entrepreneurs are not willing to sacrifice anything to
Yeah.
get something. They want to go drink champagne on a weekend. They want to go hang out with their friends. For me, I try not to eat out. When I'm on a financial goal, as Americans, we spend so much money on food. This right here is a problem. I did the quick math. If I keep drinking this coffee the way I do, I would spend $2,286 a year on coffee. How
Oh
important is
my.
this coffee to me? So I have to make a conscious decision. What am I willing to sacrifice? Like my car. Let me give you an example of sacrifice, and I don't care what people say about me on Instagram. I have been the topic of discussion in America often about the car I drive. I don't drive a brand new car. I don't have a Bentley, a Rolls Royce, a G Wagon, or a Lexus. But my sacrifice to that is number one, I get to travel anywhere I want to go, when I want to go, how I want to go at any given moment. Meaning I can go from a private jet to first class if I want to, all because I don't have a car note. I choose to not have a new car because I've learned from a lot of people a car only takes me to point A to point B. Why would I want a car note for $700-800 a month to prove to you how much money I have when I could take $700-800 a month and donate that to my kids when donations don't come in? I had a conversation with my children the other day that because I sacrifice not having the best car in America, whenever they need something, I'm able to supply their need because I have an influx of not paying $700-800 a month. So for me, as an entrepreneur, it's sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice? Like I almost moved into a new house recently, and I said, why am I creating a new bill? For last month, all of my friends laughed. I was trying to get to a financial goal. I literally could not buy anything that was not a necessity for the whole month. Now, to you, you might say, oh, that's easy. To me, I'm a person that goes and buys something every day. We're a consumer nation. I will find a reason to buy something every day. Food, coffee, notebooks. I go in the store, I buy a shirt. I'm always buying stuff. The sacrifice as an entrepreneur is, Chanita, if you don't buy anything for the whole month, you can revamp your website. I'm creating tools that I never had for my success community. I had to get new logos made. The people who are in Peace Purpose Paid, they got new worksheets and handouts. I'm buying programs to do different things, but it was a sacrifice. So in entrepreneurship and life, what are you giving up? What are you giving to receive something? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. What does your morning routine look like? Like, what do you like? Absolutely, I have to do this in the morning to start my day.
1000%. I talk about this in a success community. Number one, I have to sleep on a clean sheet, clean bed, and clean pillows. For me, the way you sleep, that's one of the most important things. People discount it. People are sleeping. Even if you're poor and you don't have a bed, if you're sleeping on the floor, go get you some good sheets, a good blanket, a good pillow. How you sleep determines how you wake up. So my morning routine before I even go to sleep is number one, I have to sleep nice. I'm I'm a hotel snob. When I travel, if a bed is not nice, I can't stay there. My morning routine is I wake up at least 15 to 20 minutes before my feet even need to touch the floor. I do not rush my mornings. The first thing I do before I even open my eyes is subconsciously begin to thank God that I even have life, that I have breath in my body. I don't think people understand that. Before I even open my eyes, for me, because I've seen so much death, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm about to open my eyes. My eyes aren't even open, but my praise begins before my eyes open. I'm thankful for my day. That's number one. You cannot, people are like, if they sleep in the same hotel with me when we travel, they hear me over and over again saying, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for another day. Thank you for another day. So I command my day with that. The second part, before I even get out of the bed, is proclaiming what my day is going to be. Chanita, today is going to be a great day. Today is going to be a good day. I have to talk to myself for 5 minutes before I get out to bed because I've suffered depression. I survived a suicide attempt, and I understand that life is going to throw me so many things in the morning. Even today, one of my friends tried to steal my peace. I'm like, no, man, I've already commanded my day for today, that today is going to be a good day. So I spend another 5 minutes talking to myself. You ask me what I do, this is really what I do. I'm talking to myself for 5 minutes. Whatever is on that list to do, today's going to be a good day. Today, I'm going to have a great session at therapy. Today, I'm going to have 7 to 10 waist trainer orders. I'm not lying. Today, people are going to buy waist trainers. Today, money is going to come to me easily and effortlessly. Today, I command my day. Once I get through thinking and commanding my day before I even sit up and my feet touch the ground, I'm getting older. I began to stretch. I began to move. There's so many people, they don't even move. I'm not even talking about gymming. You don't have to go to the gym. Do you even stretch? Your body gets so tensed up and locked up. And so I take my time in the morning to actually stretch, to make sure that my body is prepared and ready to go. You said absolutes. And then one of my absolutes is coffee. So if anybody ever wants to send me gift certificates, free coffee in the mail, be my guest. Coffee is like a drug to me. I don't know if it's mental or what, but I have to start my day with coffee. And then after that, my day, I can go on and on. But those are my absolute must. I must thank God for another day, and I spend time in praise and worship. I command my day, what my day is going to look like, what it's going to feel like, and I speak it out loud. I stretch. I get a great stretch in, and then I get my coffee, and then my day starts.
Oh, Chanita, do you think it's important to actually speak it out loud?
Out loud. From your head to your heart. You put it out there in the universe. You want God to hear it, the Holy Spirit, your angels, your ancestors, everything that y'all talking about, they need to hear it. Some people say, oh, you shouldn't speak out loud because the devil hears the same things. Well, I want the devil to know I'm going to have a good day today. I need you to hear that I'm going to have a good day. I need you to understand that money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I need you to hear that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I need you to hear that the lies that they told on me will not work. I need you to hear that my business will be successful. I need you to hear that I am happy and I am healthy. I need you to hear it. And here's the other thing. I need to hear it. Because there was a point in my life where I was waiting for people to tell me these things about myself when I could tell myself. I don't have to wait for somebody to tell me I'm pretty. I don't have to wait for nobody to tell me I'm smart. I don't have to wait for somebody to tell me I'm worthy. I tell myself every day. My kids laugh at me. I be like, ooh, your mama fine. Ooh, I look so good. Now, you can't tell my children they don't look good. My children be walking through the house. Ooh, I'm cute. Some people be like, that's conceited. No, because if you turn into the person that's waiting for somebody to tell you who it is, who you is, and what it is that you're supposed to be, you're going to live a very long, lonely, stressful life because you're worried about somebody else telling you. That's why women make bad relationship mistakes. That's why men make relationship mistakes because their parents weren't telling them as men growing up that they are strong, that they are wise, that they are leaders. They didn't hear it. So now they go to these places looking for validation, waiting to hear validation, when if you start with yourself, how you treat yourself and what you say to yourself will be projected, and other people will do the same for you.
Let's help somebody. Let's help somebody that's like, Chanita, I am depressed. Nothing is working out. I hear you guys are having this conversation. You guys are speaking from a point of privilege. I am broke. My business is not working. Things are just not working out for me. I'm at my lowest point. What can we say to those people to, start getting them right?
At my lowest point. And let's not be clear. If we had time to tell my real story, people looking at the Chanita now. Chanita not looking at the Chanita that came from east side of Detroit. I didn't have everything. I've been raped. I've been molested. I've been robbed from, stolen from, disrespected, emotionally abused. I think we all have something from our past. It's not a comparison. But I always remember at my lowest, even when I was attempting to commit suicide, I grabbed hold of and I thought about the things, what can I be grateful for? There's no one on this earth that can say I have absolutely nothing. Because if you say I have absolutely nothing, I could look you in the face and say you have life. Do you know how many people aren't living? So let's just start with the living part. When you're at your lowest, what can I hold on to that can pull me out of where it is I'm trying to go? Here's the next thing. I always say, even when I'm low, even when I'm feeling bad, sometimes you just got to get dressed up and show up for yourself. Your situation is not going to change if nothing changes. The job is not going to come knock on your door. The husband is not coming to knock on the window and say, hey, I want to marry you. The new friendship can't be built if you're just sitting in the house. We're not talking about lockdown. We're talking about if you have the capability to get out and to do something about it. At your lowest is when you should get yourself together so you can go to your highest. The other thing is Loneliness and depression loves darkness. Whenever I'm getting depressed, whenever I feel low, I don't sit in the dark. People ask me, why do I love the continent of Africa so much? It's the way the sun shines. I can't explain it. But if I show you today, well, I can't turn around the camera because I don't know how. But if I turned around the camera, in America, we tend to have gloomy days. It's a weird thing. Like the sun can be shining over here, but it's gloomy. Africa is kind of different. When the sun shines, it shines. So when you're at your lowest, when you're depressed, you have to chase the light. You have to chase the light. And what I mean by chasing the light is taking yourself out of dark environments. People don't know that the sun recharges you, not just from a physical standpoint of what science tells us. I'm talking about from a spiritual standpoint of how the sun can recharge you. How if you take off your shoes, and I'm not talking juju and witchcraft, if you take off your shoes and put your feet to the physical ground, how the ground can recharge you. Those are some of the things that you can do when you're at your lowest moments. Like literally, you need to make sure that you're chasing the light and the positive things around you. I also tell people too, I hear people all the time say, I have no friends. You got to have one person in your life. And if not, pray to God send you one person. Find someone that's going to be accountable for you. Find someone that's willing to pull you out of your dark space when they see you going down. Now, a lot of people in my life, when they feel my spirit low or they feel me like tipping the scale a little bit, they come and they bring me back up. Come on, Chumi. Let's go get dressed. Let's go get something to eat. I Chumi. And then for my American people, Chumi is friend. So literally, they're saying, come on, friend, you know, let's get dressed, even if we have nowhere to go. So those are things that you can do in your low moments.
Yeah, yeah. I also actually wanted to ask you, and I see somebody's mentioning it here, so maybe we can just tie the question in together to say, this person's saying, Pat LaBelle is saying, how do you deal with clients that want you to do a project for free and then they'll pay you commission at a later stage? So do we work for free? Should we take an opportunity, to maybe get paid later? What is your opinion on that?
I work for free sometimes. It depends on what it is. In life, you can earn your way, you can serve your way, or you can pay your way into situations. Service is really important. I'll do a project for free if it benefits me in some way. Meaning, if I do this project, am I going to learn something? Like, am I going to learn another skill? Am I going to learn how to be better? Is it going to teach me something that I need for what it is I'm trying to do? That's number one. Number two, if there's an opportunity to meet people and network. If I work for you for free, am I going to be put in a room with other people who I can do business with later or who might want to do business with me? So I do it that way. And then also, if this could benefit me in a way where I can put it on my, you guys call it a CV or on my resume. Yeah. And then last but not least, if it's not taking up too much of my time, I'm fine with doing things for free, but it has to be beneficial to me in some way, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically. It has to benefit me in some way. I don't take everything for free, but I do a lot of things for free. Hence, I'm doing an interview with you. I think I've done enough and accomplished enough where if I wanted to charge someone to speak, I have the opportunity to do that. But I did it because, number one, this is purpose work. This is me giving back to another entrepreneur. Number two, I'm being very transparent. You're giving me the opportunity to speak to your global audience. I don't care if it's one person, two persons, three people. Those are people who've never maybe heard the sound of my voice or knew who I was. So now I get new followers. Maybe those people when I come to South Africa, if I do an event or something. So I'm not against doing things for free. The funny word is I'll pay you at a later stage. That can be debatable. Now we're talking about, okay, so are we going to put this in a contract that I do all this work for you, and when you get some monetary gain, you're going to pay me? That kind of stuff is iffy, but that's where contracts come into play. Because if you want to pay me later, make sure we put it in a contract, because I don't want to do all this work and now you become a millionaire and then you feel like you don't owe me no money.
Yeah. Dr. Chanita, this has been such an amazing interview. And I mean, I'm sure, I'm judging from the comments, the people that are engaging with us are really, really just enjoying this conversation. I can't thank you enough. And I think also for my brand as well, the global exposure, I mean, it literally is priceless. Before I let you go, because obviously we've been here for an hour now. So before I let you go, I need just tell us, what any projects that are coming up, what you're up to, what do you want people to be involved in, just in terms of the work that you're doing.
So because you remember I said what's important now. So what's important now is a period is not a punishment. People definitely donating $5. It amazes me when my American friends don't want to give me $5. Like I'm not talking about people, but you get $5 in America. Contributing to the cause of a period is not a punishment is first. My goal is 100 girls by the end of March. And ironically, I'm at 35. Like I can get somebody to buy me a glass of wine before I can get somebody to donate $5 to a girl in need. So that's number one. Number two, if they want to be involved, DM me your email. My Peace Purpose Paid community right now is free. I'm going to charge for a 6-week course so people can pay for the 6-week course. But I always like to do things that can contribute back. I'll never stop being a giver. I might give to different people, but I'm never going to stop being a giver. So Peace Purpose Paid Formula Success right now is for free. I have some free content. If you go to thegivinguniversity.com, that's a hint, clue for the people who are on here. Their homework is over there for free. So if you go to thegivinguniversity.com and scroll to the bottom, you'll see the 10 small things that make a big impact. You can look that up. There's an actual homework test that I put on there, like living your best life, things that they need to write out and do for themselves. So formula success is important. And what else? Those are my main things right now. Peace, Purpose, Paid, formula success, and then a period is not a punishment. I don't push people to buy things, but if you want to buy something, go buy the book, A Waste Trader. And I have some great news. I will be in South Africa coming up this April. God willing, they don't shut the borders. My goal is to be there the first week in April. So shout out to my KBN family. Dr. Jasmine and I were talking. I was saying we need to do something for entrepreneurs. So push Dr. Jasmine. She's like, Chief, we're in the middle of a pandemic. No one wants to do things. I'm like, no, I think they'll show up if we have a fireside chat or if we have something in South Africa for entrepreneurs to show up to. So I'll definitely do something while I'm there in South Africa. I'm going to hit up Cape Town. I'm going over to visit Zimbabwe. As you know, I'm an ambassador in Zimbabwe. So I'm literally going to go to Zimbabwe. So watch my page because it's coming.
It's coming and we can get involved. How do we get involved?
Listen,
I think people don't know that.
When I land, you guys better be at the airport waving South African flag.
Oh God, like, hey, welcome to South Africa. No, we definitely, but I'd love to get involved though. Dr. Chanita, I'm just saying, just hint, also for you.
Have you joined? I think the application is open now. Have you joined the KBM Entrepreneurship Incubator?
No, I haven't.
So I sit on the board for them, and what is it called? It's called The Village. I'm calling it wrong.
Yes, the Village Boardroom Experience, right?
Yes, they're accepting applications now, South Africans. So you need to go sign up. You get the best mentors in the entire world. Shout out to Dr. Jasmine. She's actually a shark on the new South African Shark Tank. So be looking for that. Shout out to Burnett and Google, who are now working on the Real Housewives of Joburg. You know, my whole little crew that I got going on in South Africa. I think they're all working on some big stuff. So I'm coming to see everyone.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Is it important also to be called doctor? Do you insist on that? This is just off
Let me
topic. Like,
tell you, it's the people who don't respect me. My friends are like, I'm just gonna call you Chanita. What I love about the continent of Africa is they respect my ambassadorship. I'm called Your
yeah.
Excellency often. They respect the doctor, and so I respect that in them. I think I've worked very hard in my life to get to and to accomplish the things literally that I had to accomplish. And so for me, I think it's important, that you call people by the title that they work for. I'm not going to flip out if you don't, but I think it's a great sign of respect. So some people, if they don't call me ambassador, I get it. I'm fine with that. Doctor, and depends on the situation. But yeah, it's a respect thing, and I like it.
To respect me. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So I'm just going to wrap it up then, Dr. Chanita. Thank you so much for your time. Because we're on your platform, please do me a favor and just maybe share it so that I can
I'm going to
then
save
just
it. As long as this thing
save
saves,
it.
I'm going to save
Yeah,
it. I'll tag you. I'll
yeah.
make sure that you get it.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, it's been amazing, guys. Everybody go to beyondthegame.org. Follow Dr. Chanita. She's got an amazing stuff. She's even coming to South Africa, everybody. So that I'm sure that's going to be fire. I'm sure that's going to be amazing. But we'll see all about it. And we'll definitely, keep a keen interest and follow you. Thank you so much once again. And I wish you nothing but the best. More
Oh,
grease to your elbows, and really for the work that you're doing, may God like richly bless you, like literally.
oh, thank you so much. And I
Richly
will sit
bless
down.
you.
Hopefully, I'll see you soon.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much, then.
Okay, bye.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, bye.